Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. This is Tyra Talks Too Much, and I really did not plan on making this video. I didn't think it was like that deep, that it deserved so much social commentary, but the media won't shut up about it. And honestly, I'm feeling like emotional reactions at the tweets and the posts that I'm seeing, and I just feel like I gotta put my little 2 cents or whatever. So I'm sure by now you guys have all seen the slap heard around the world, the least anticipated moment in Oscars history, I'm sure. But on a Sunday night, Will Smith open-handedly slapped Chris Rock across the face for making a horrible joke about G.I. Jane and alopecia and Jada Pinkett Smith and like whatever. So I'm not gonna lie to you guys, like I'm not an Oscars girl, never cared for these like award shows. The only one I really watched was the BET Awards, obviously, because honestly, you guys, I don't even know where to start with this topic because they've created so many nuanced conversations about it. You know, is it a stain in Black history? Like, does it bring us back generations? Does it make us look crazy and violent? Should we be attacking Black men? And are we protecting Black women and Black women hair? And just like all of these things, when I feel like it's not even that deep, it's not even that serious. I would like to start by saying I don't think it has anything to do with Black people as a whole or Black culture. And I've seen some people, like this radio host I like a lot, he was saying like whether we like it or not, like whether we want to admit it or not, because the caller had, it was the Burt Show, I don't know if you guys are familiar, a caller had called in and she was saying something about like Tommy Lee slapping somebody years and years ago. Again, I don't know because I don't care about the Oscars, but that happened. And Burt was pretty much saying like, well, yeah, that's true, but they're not looking at it at the same way because white people are treated differently in the media and society. Like, we're not going to hold one white person accountable. We're not going to hold all white people accountable for one white person's actions. But like, we know that people will hold the whole entire Black community responsible for one person's poor, lapse in judgment. So I would like to start off by saying that that's super freaking lame. I think it's so lame that we know it, we acknowledge it, and then we just let it be as is. Like, yeah, like this is a thing. We know it's a thing, and let's just let it keep being a thing. No, and I love Bert, and this isn't about him, but it's just like, why can't it just be that a human had an emotional, a violent emotional reaction, which again, like, I don't know if I already said this, but I don't condone violence. But you have to think, Will has been in the game since, as long as I can remember. I always remember him being a celebrity, being someone that we looked up to, being an icon. And especially in recent years, he's taken a lot of jokes to the chin. Like, people coming at his wife, people coming at his marriage, people coming at his children. And I feel like he's handled it so gracefully up until now. And instead of us seeing him as this man that is able to overcome these things and show up happy to be there, show up with love and lead with love and light, and we see him have one moment of vulnerability on the biggest night of his career, and we just like hold it against him. We're like, oh, I saw some tweet, and I'll put it here if I can find it. And she was like, oh, pretty much like, what if this is who he really is, and like what we see is just the facade? And I'm like, why is that where you go? Like, is this a pattern of behavior that we've seen? Have we heard in the streets? Because the streets be talking. Have we heard of Will being violent or like an asshole behind the scenes or anything of that nature? No. So like, let's stop reading into things. Let's stop trying to make an example out of him. Let's stop making the conversation about the like 20 seconds of, and I get it, it was like a big unexpected thing, you would never see it coming. So I get kind of why we're so obsessed, but like, I also don't, because so much of the conversation is, oh, he stole the moment, he stole the moment. You're giving him the moment. You're giving that the moment, and it doesn't have to be that way. Like, they were saying like Questlove went up right after to accept his award, and I was reading something, and he didn't even know that it happened because he was in his own bubble meditating, getting ready, because he was so anxious about like if he's gonna win or lose. And I just feel like, I don't want to say we could take a page out of his book because like we weren't meditating, we saw it happen, but we just don't, it doesn't have to be as big as we're making it. Like, it literally doesn't have to be that big. Some people are saying that they think the slap was a lot deeper and there's like things that we don't know about behind the scenes and stuff. I feel like it's a combination of both. Like maybe they have some weird history, especially with the whole 2016 Oscars comment. But then also everything else I just said, like the entanglement thing, I feel like that's really what it came from, and he just kind of snapped. I feel like he's just tired of people playing to him and his wife's face. Like, how are you gonna sit and okay, let me finish my thought, right? How are you gonna sit in front of me on the biggest night of my career while I'm with my wife and family and then make fun of her medical condition that she's openly spoken up about? And then I saw people being upset that he like was able to carry on afterwards, and I feel like he had to suck it back in. He had to suck in his emotions, he had to suck in his anger, he had to suck in his frustration and go put paint on his actor happy face. Like, you guys can talk about me all you want and I can't do anything about it, but yay. Oh, this is what I wanted to say before. People keep saying, oh, like, are comedians in danger now? Like, are we gonna slap people every time we hear a joke we don't like? This wasn't a comedy show. This was not a comedy show. This was not, like, he didn't buy a ticket to go see Chris Rock's show and, like, think that he was gonna be a victim since he's in the front row and, oh, you might get roasted. Like, this was not a comedy show, and I'm tired of seeing that argument because this doesn't make any sense. It was the Oscars. It was the Oscars. It was Will Smith's big night. He was with his wife and family. Like, you could have made a joke about anybody and you chose them. And, like, that was the reaction based on all the emotions he was already feeling. Free speech is a thing, but you cannot control how someone's going to react to something that you say. So, am I defending Will? I don't know that I'm defending him. I don't know that I'm saying if someone says something that you don't like, go up and slap them in the face. But I think that we just have to kind of move a little more empathetic. We have to give this black man grace. This black man does not represent the entire black community, and we shouldn't put that on him, because we wouldn't do it to other races. We're just coming at him crazy. Like, some people want him to get his Oscar taken away. Some people wanted him to get arrested, which blows my mind. I'm like, what are you talking about? Like, it was an open hand slap, you guys. It was an open hand slap. He didn't get up there and two-piece him. He didn't beat him bloody. He didn't like have a gang of people jump him. He didn't bring out a weapon. He slapped him. He slapped him. Like, it was a slap. And I feel like Chris Rock didn't react in a violent way because, number one, he knew he was out of pocket. He knew, like, he was wrong. Okay, yeah, I just got slapped for disrespecting somebody's wife. Like, next time I'm not gonna do that. It wasn't, like I said, at Chris Rock's comedy show. So, yeah, like, why would he press charges when they were both wrong? And they were saying, oh, he got humiliated around the world, blah, blah, blah. You, like, is that not how Jada felt? So because one made people laugh and one made people uncomfortable, one's better than the other? They're both wrong. I don't know. I feel like I'm kind of all over the place. I just feel like, let me wrap it up because I don't even want this video to be that long. I just wanted to pretty much say that, like, obviously we know that violence is never the answer. We know that violence is wrong, and we know that we should keep our hands to ourselves and use our words, right? That's, like, we know that. That's one. Two, Will Smith is a human being just like you and I, and as human beings we don't always act in the most rational way. Sometimes we have emotional reactions, and that is okay. That doesn't make us bad. It doesn't make us less than. It doesn't make us violent animals. It doesn't mean that we deserve to be arrested. It definitely means that we should take a step back and sort out our emotions, come up with better coping skills, you know, have that conversation in private with Chris Rock, which I heard they did at Diddy's party. I don't know if that's true or not, but I heard that in the streets of the shade room. And, you know, just like grow from it. Like, also, how do you guys think Will felt? Like, that was his big night. He won his first ever Oscar, the 20th person of color to ever do it, and all anyone can talk about is the fact that he slapped Chris Rock. You know what I mean? Like, he feels bad enough on the inside. At least I would assume that he feels bad, you know. I think anybody would. And people were mad that he didn't, like, go home with his tail in between his legs. Number three, Will does not represent the entire African American, black, whatever you want to call it, community. You know, he just doesn't. He just represents him. He only represents himself. He can only be responsible for himself. We should only look at it as a man protecting his wife, not a black man slapping another black man. And we are creating that narrative. We are we're doing it, and we literally don't have to. Like I said, we could be talking about Questlove, we could be talking about Beyonce, we could be talking about Will winning the Oscar, we could be talking about Samuel L. Jackson winning his first Oscar. Like, we can be talking about a lot of things. We're choosing to focus on the one negative moment that happened. And like I said, I get it, it was shocking, it was surprising, but like, we don't have to dwell on it. We really, really don't. The moral of the story is, give people grace. Let Black men make mistakes. Let Black men represent themselves and not entire communities. Don't talk about people's wives. Keep people's names out your mouths, you know? And lead with light and love. I don't know. Let me know what you guys think down below. Do you agree with me? Do you disagree with me? Is violence ever okay? Is it ever the answer? Should we ever have empathy for people who express themselves in violent ways? Like, am I just crazy? Like, is he representing the entire Black community? Like, are we all just violent animals because Will Smith had one emotional reaction in his long career? Like, I don't know. But if you guys did enjoy this video, make sure you go ahead and give it a thumbs up. Make sure you comment down below your thoughts. Make sure you share, and most importantly, make sure you subscribe. I'm not even gonna say I'm gonna be consistent. I'm not even gonna say I'm gonna be making videos, because this was a lot to make. But you know, keep your eye out, subscribe, turn on the notification bell. You never know when I'm gonna surprise you. But I hope you guys have a wonderful rest of your day. Goodbye.